moves got me feeling wild, swinging harder than a rocket child, picking up odds like a trader around, praying profits ain't reviled. Charts like a puzzle complex, trading daily, keeping us perplexed. Riding waves like future specs. Gotta calm down, no pretext. Market moves got me feeling wild, swinging harder than a rocket child, picking up odds like a trader out, playing profits ain't reviled. Highs and lows, gotta keep my cool. Can't let fear or greed overrule. Every pick like a precious jewel. No big fool, we ain't in school. Oh, market moves got me feeling wild.
Boris Schlossberg, Managing Director at BK Asset Management. And
BK Asset Management's Kathy Lean.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Oops, wrong one. This one. Good morning, good morning. Everybody give me a sound check. Let me know if you guys hear me okay. Make sure everybody's good. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Screen is good. I see everybody. I see myself. I see everybody. Looking good. Okay. Hi, guys. We're starting a little bit early. First order of business is we are, Kathy made me redo the indicator. The indicator can look exactly as it did before, but she wants me to have sort of a simpler, cleaner look on the indicator. So there's a 1.7.2 version available to everybody on the download who has access to the indicator. I'll put the link in our Discord right now. Just one sec. Let me get to Discord, and then I'll put that in there in our Discord. For those of you who want it, I'll just put a link right here to sign up. But it is I kind of actually like it. It's much cleaner, simpler look, where you're just going to get the strong signals and the medium signals. And I did do one thing on the indicator that you guys are going to like. Sorry, let me just get into my, where am I? Okay, I'm going to put this into our Discord right now. Okay, so you can download it from there if you need to, or just refresh it. Good morning, Miguel. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? So hi, guys. Hi. Those of you who are new, we scalp futures for the first opening hour of the New York trade, primarily trading NASDAQ and gold on our charts. We have a special indicator which I designed that helps me pinpoint entries and exits, generally with trend. But I also have a counter trend strategy that I started trading. I started showing it yesterday. And I'm going to show you today a much more intelligent way of doing the counter trend strategy. That's really, really cool. We're opening up. Give me a red signal on the NASDAQ, meaning it's a strong sell signal. The black is a neutral. The red is a strong sell signal. I have to wait to see if it completes because it's only about 30 seconds left of the candle. So no signal yet on the trade. But if it pops up, we'll take it. And if it doesn't, we'll see how it goes. Opening range trade always gets a little bit wild. Today is a relatively quiet day. We have Powell testifying. We haven't had much news on that, and we'll have to see. I think it's a 10 o'clock testimony. They're probably going to release it relatively soon. All right, no signal on NASDAQ. We did have a nice clean buy signal on gold here, but that was just a couple of minutes ago, so I didn't take it. So we'll go. Gold was really sold off hard, went into super trend territory. Super trend is when the price kind of separates from the long-term moving average by at least 1/3%. The moving averages get really wide. That means there's a lot of selling pressure or buying pressure. So it turns red if it's super trend, turns green if it's super trend positive. And the other thing that Kathy made me do today is she wanted me to emphasize the super trend sell signal. This is like when you get a sell signal within super trend, the strong sell signal. So it's kind of double emphasized, and it's going. When it's a green one, it goes the other way. So in case you want to be aware of it. Now, the one thing that I did do in the indicator that I think is going to be very, very helpful is I actually added the alerts. And now if you look at the alert structure, you have the basic buy sell alerts. Then you have the strong buy sell alerts. Strongs are when it's green or red. Those are strong ones. So you can alert yourself this way. Or if you just wanted to be alerted to the most rarest but the strongest ideas, then you can have the strong super trend buy alerts and strong super trend sell alerts also, as in addition to just super trend alerts, buys and sells. So we have like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 choices of alerts that you can put on now instead of just one. And hopefully you find that to be useful. So this is a big, big move, which I'm going to take just for shits and giggles because I want to show you something, because this is a counter trend move. 11 seconds left. I want to show you how I'm going to trade counter trend from now on. Whether this works or doesn't is really immaterial because I want to show you the setup. The setup is really good. Okay, so I'm long this. I'm going to try to get out here. This is a very, very large stop. So, if I'm wrong, it's going to hurt me a lot. But the idea is the following. We have a sell signal. The candle here closes above the high of the sell signal, quite a lot above the high of the sell signal, right? The natural stop is at the low of the sell signal, and boom, there we go. I made the trade resolves. For I don't even know what do we make on that. What was the P&L on this? Let me see. Chart temp. I don't even know what the P&L on this was. Let me look it up actually in Tradeovate. Just 1 second. Hold on, I'm not even logged into Tradeovate. I've been so used to trading off of TradingView, which I really, really like, that I haven't even logged into Tradeovate. Okay, let me see. Let me tell you what the trade was. Oh, it was $1.40. Nice, $1.40. It was $140 in less than 10 seconds. That's kind of like the ideas that we try to trade here. The whole idea here is, to make $100 a minute casually, just by glancing at the chart occasionally and looking at the signals and trading those setup signals, and just making very fast, quick, clean kills. I could have actually gotten a lot more than $1.40, but whatever. The point being is the strategy that we uses the signals generated by my chart, but uses organic, dynamic stops and targets. Every single stop and target is contingent on the signal of the candle that generated it. So if I'm, for example, just for argument's sake, let's say I was going to be short this red candle, right? If I'm short this red signal, my stop would be either at the high of this candle or at the high of the next candle, whatever that is. And then my target, depending on how I wanted to trade it. Some people like to trade it with a 1-to-1. Other people like to trade it with 1-to-2. Other people like me like to trade it with more, lower target but higher accuracy. So I like to go for like 60% of target. But the target and the stop are always different on every single trade because they're contingent on the candle that creates it. This creates a much more natural way of trading because you are trading in conjunction with the market instead of trying to impose your own risk view on the market, and that's really made it a huge difference for us as far as trading goes. Now, what I wanted to show you, and where I discovered the counter trend setup. So all trend setups basically are very simple and clean. If you have a red one, that's a high confidence sell. Generally, I like to put a stop one candle above. It's higher. So if I'm short here, this would be my stop. Target would be somewhere here. If I'm short here, this would be my stop. In this case, we don't get the continuity. I think it stops you out, just clips you out, and that's fine. It happens. The more interesting setup that I find fascinating is the counter trend setup for those of you that want to trade counter trend, because I noticed, especially, and this is very much applicable to the black triangles. If we have a sell black triangle, right? However, let me make sure I got this right. Is this right? Yeah, here we go. Here's the sell triangle. I'm going to put that as a this is the triangle I'm talking about. Okay, everybody sees this. What I'm looking for is the price to close, not just to tag, but to close. In this case, obviously, it closed way above, but it was opening range trade. It was actually a very, very good signal. The whole point is, if it completely overwhelms the high, close above the high, then your natural entry is actually to be long because it's a reversal signal, and your stop, a natural stop, would be underneath the low of this candle. So this was a very large risk. I took a small P&L on it because I was just kind of adjusting my trades, and it was more for demo purposes. But we could have actually taken the full risk. I mean, this was 25 points, but it extended like 35 points in our direction. So what you see is just kind of a much more intelligent, organic way of coming in to the thing. And market will be interested to see if Powell spills the beans on CPI. Yeah, I don't think he's going to spill the beans on CPI. So yeah, we'll see. I don't think he's going to do this. So Jarvis asked me, do I do the same contract size? The answer is actually I start always with one contract. But if I stop myself out, I will sometimes, not always, but sometimes I'll go to 2 contracts and even sometimes go to 4 contracts if I get stopped out 2 or 3 times in a row. That's a more advanced technique. That's a technique that I teach with much more intensity in my pass the prop in my coaching. And actually, let me see if I can pull up I wonder if I can put my pass the prop stuff here. No. No. I don't have it. Okay. Nope. I don't have the banner. So what I'm going to do is just hang on a second. I'm going to give you the link to my coaching. And if you guys are interested in just really the finer techniques of how this strategy works, come join me. We're actually going to do a session today. Oh, sorry, it's the wrong one. We're actually going to do a session tonight. So, it's past the prop tonight. So, so come join me. But the principle idea of signal entry is really interesting, both on the trend continuation side and shoot, we got a gold signal. Gold, come baby. All right, doesn't matter. We missed the gold signal. I was just sort of trying to show a couple of things. This is a green gold signal. Was a very, very small one, right? Very, very small one. And it kind of like you snoozed, you lose. If I was in here 92, I would have been able to make $1, which is about 100, but they turned around on me, so now we're just going to leave it alone. One of the things that I started doing, which is interesting, is it's really, really easy to flip accounts between one account and the second account. And I basically started trading gold in one account and NASDAQ in the other account. And I'm going to see if I can try and do that live with you guys today. But it really, first of all, it's great because you segregate risk and you segregate assets. But it's really, really easy with TradingView as an interface. Just letting the stuff settle down a little bit. So does everybody understand the basic kind of trend trade, which is that you have to have a candle that completely negates the high or the low of the signal, and then you follow it the other way around. You could even, I could make the argument right now if I wanted to, that we have a sell signal in gold. Actually, I was going to say it's probably going to work pretty well, which I generally don't try to take the counter trend signals off the blacks, not off the greens. But frankly, it's not like there's anything holy about the green signal. It's just a higher probability signal. So had I basically this would have been my entry. Had I been short 27.1, it's already, look at this, at 25.1. This would have been a couple $100. Easy my way. I'm going to try and do a couple of these trades as we all get comfortable with the setup. But hopefully you guys will find it interesting, and let me know. How do you like the new layout? Do you find it a little cleaner? Do you like the look and feel of it? It's definitely simpler. So as you can see, we don't do anything super complex, but what it does is it just pops 100 every 5-10 minutes, and you don't really have to do a lot of trading during the day, a couple of hours a day. You're between 500 and 1,000 on your prop accounts or on your personal accounts, depending on how you want to size it, which makes it really, really fun. And also the very fact that we're not married to particular time. Obviously, it's best to trade U.S. Open, but you can trade this Asia, you can trade this Europe, and you can trade it, for a couple of hours, walk away, come back to it. The only thing I will say about scalping that really does require that is one sacrifice. That is whether there may be a negative for people, is that if you're going to scalp, you want to commit yourself to the screen. You don't have to watch the screen all the time. You can work on email. You can answer calls, but you definitely want to be. You can't I'm going to go for a walk with a dog. Many times have I gone for a dog with a walk, and the trade completely flips around. Or you can have the attitude of okay, I'm going to go for a dog with a walk and come back, and then just really watch the screen for the next half hour and look for the opportunities. Then that's also definitely an approach. The point is that when you're trading, you really do want to be focused on the screen. When you're not, you can walk away from it. Where can you find the instructional video on the new scalper indicator? I actually made a video for it. It's a little bit outdated, but it's got the primary principle stuff in here. Let me see if I can. Do I live for the video? Yeah, I think I thought I sent it to you guys yesterday, but let me just do this. It's BKBFF. Oh, sorry, just 1 sec. There it is. I put the link into the into chat, and you can watch me describe what the indicator does. Okay, got a medium buy in gold here. I want to be a buyer here. Okay, so I'm going to be, it's an organic buy, meaning that I'm buying. This is my stop. This will be my target. Let's see if gold been very, very good to me. It used to be like this old SNL skit. I forgot these. I forgot which baseball player they used to make fun of, but it was just like baseball has been very, very good to me. I think gold has been very, very good to us mostly, because it's just been a real power move all the way through. So up to 100, 110, book. See, $1.40, 15 seconds, my kind of trade. I can do this all day long and be very happy. Which account was this in? I actually, let me see what account did I put this in. Oh, okay, it's in the 154 account. All right, it's fine. Generally, I wanted to put it into my gold account, but it doesn't matter. You can trade them both ways. Someone in the Rockies is asking me about the ES trade. So the other thing that I've really come to the realization is you can do 2, but you can't do more than 2. So a lot of people want to trade gold. A lot of people want to trade indices. Within indices, we have to make a choice. And obviously, NASDAQ is a much better choice because it's really, really volatile. So it gives us lots of, oh, shit, it's a gold signal. No, it's a NASDAQ signal. Hang on. Sorry, guys, I'm not watching the screen. Let's do this. Okay, let's see. So in here, again, organic trade here. Let me see if I can make this move here. See if I can pick up a little bit more here. Sorry, I'm talking and not really watching. And also, there we go. There was another $100 right then and there. So, $100 a minute. As the great Senator Dirksen said, $1 billion here and $1 billion there, and pretty soon you're talking real money. It's a great quote from the 1940s from 1930s when they were trying to hide the Manhattan Project from the funding in the Manhattan Project, so that U.S. could have a nuclear weapon, but nobody knew where the money came from. So it was great. Someone in the Rocky says he agrees with me on the focus. So yeah, so you have to sacrifice, and I sacrifice the ES right now as far as a instrument to trade. Like you could trade NASDAQ and ES, or I think 2 is the maximum you really want to trade. It just remember, there's a trade like every 5 minutes on our signal set. You don't have to take every one of them, but it's important. Okay, so let me ask you, as we say in New York City. Let me do a little poll, actually. Let's do a little poll. Okay. Do you like the new layout? You better all say yes, because the Queen made me do it. So you cannot contradict the Queen. But I actually do like it. I was fighting about it. But Zippy, what political comment were you referring to about the USID? I missed the reference here. Whatever snide reference there was there. But you can only focus on one thing. Was that the reference to? 73% of you so far like the new layout. Okay, give me some more love, please, on this. I do like it. I mean, I will say, Kate just really has a great eye for simplicity, and there's nothing like quite like simplicity to make it work. All right, we're a little quiet here. What time is it? It's only 15 minutes into the open. So really, the big thing. You like the black backgrounds? Sorry, is that Michael? I don't understand. This is a white background. Do you mean you like the black? You like the simple against the white background, or would you like to do this on a what do you call it? Dark view. Oh, hiding buildings like this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I think the Manhattan Project was a little bit more worthy enterprise. Okay, another green signal in gold. Let's go. This is a good example of how easy it is to change accounts, right? So now I'm in the gold account. I just flipped it over. By the way, this is this. Oh, and I have the wrong thing, guys. Sorry. Apex is 80% off today. 80. I got to go long here. Okay. So we're long here against the bottom here. Let's see if I can move this over here. Let's see if I can get a little flow in gold. Let me just change this around just so you guys make sure. They went back to 80, which is awesome. Let me put a link to Apex to you guys. Please go get these. This is the greatest deal ever because you can get like 10 of these accounts, and rotate. Like you can rotate, you can rotate per instrument, per strategy, per just for whatever, like you can have a fuck around account where you can just drop, I don't want to trade my setup. I'm just jonesing for a trade account. And it really makes a huge difference because instead of aggregating all your stupidity in one account, you diversify your stupidity. And by diversifying your stupidity, you become a much better trader. It's really makes a huge difference. I love the idea of like, okay, this is going to be my NQ and whatever I'm doing in NQ, if it's working, great. If it's not working, I'm not going to cry about it because maybe the gold part of it is working. And indeed, this morning, it took me I got myself deep into a hole in NQ. I had to work my way back out. Like NQ is basically flat for me, but gold has been just, money, except for this fucking trade, which is not working, but it is what it is. All right. So, I eat the gold trade, first trade, gold trade I eat for the day. It's fine because there'll be like 1,000 more coming up. By the way, here's the thing that's interesting, right? Let's play this game. If the game completes itself as I think it will. So watch this. This is a green. I said green is not sacrosanct, right? Green does not have to be. It's not giving me the signal. What I'm looking for is a close below the low of the green. If I get that close, that's a reversal candle. I want to go short that candle. So I'm going to short it, just for argument's sake. And then now I'm going against the high of this one. I mean, I could get whipsawed. It's fine. But as I said, no single setup matters at all. It's a matter of the process, of trading the process. And I just want to show you as much of the process as possible in live because then you actually get to see it. I mean, there's no substitute for seeing the trade getting done. I don't know about you, but I'm a very visual person. If somebody shows me something, I understand it 1,000,000 times better than if somebody theoretically explains it to me or marks it up on a chart. Everybody knows that I hate the idea of trading the past. It's the biggest bullshit in YouTube guru history. We trade the future here always. Win, lose, or draw. We live or die by the future because nobody gets paid on the past. We only get paid on the future. All right. So you see how this is a flip trade, right? So I flip myself up. I don't know how much continuity I'm going to get on this move. Maybe I'll move this up a little bit. Let's see if I can get this done. Yeah, there we go. And it's basic common sense price action. Just basic common sense price action. But it's so effective against the signals themselves. So I recovered probably about 70% of my loss on just this one thing, without even, by the way, getting larger size, just same size. And now the next trade, if it's a good quality trade, will probably put me net positive overall on this particular trade cycle. And that's how you do it. That's just how it's amazing how easy it is to then clip. To $1,000, a day. I was always under the impression that this was really going to be impossible to do on the 50,000 account, but it actually is totally not. I'm trading the 50,000 on gold, and it'll be interesting to see. Well, I need 3,000, to do it. Can I do it in a week and a half? Well, we'll come back in a week and a half and see. Definitely on the 150,000, which was another really, really tough challenge because it's 9 up against 5 down. I'm just making steady progress. I mean, I'm hoping to be at +5 today, which means if I'm on that $1,000 a day pace, next week, I could be funded on the 150 in a very, very leisurely way, where I'm not really, where I'm not getting myself clipped at, when you're doing these kind of trades, it's a $200 loss, $300 loss. You're not looking at $5,000 loss and boom, you're stopped out for the, on the account. That's the key difference of using small scalp, like, that is the whole point of scalping. It's precision cuts, precision extractions. This, by the way, would have worked really nicely. Look at this. Look at this reversal. If it ain't going up and it's giving up the lows, it's going down, right? Even if it's a green. This was a better short than it was a long. And that's the thing. You don't know. In real life, you don't know if something is a better long, is a better short, right? We just have a general probability that the greens is like a 60% accurate long. But sometimes, you could have 60% means sometimes you could have 4 losers in a row because the market is just not cooperating. And when you're flexible enough to say, oh, it didn't go this way, but if it went the other way, then it's much more likely to mean that it's going to go the other way. Isn't that amazing to have the power of confidence to make money the other way, logically, versus just sitting there and crying like a little bitch because you got stopped out. Oh, look at this. Everybody, 88%. I'll let Kay know. She's going to be very happy. Thank you, guys. I'm glad you guys like the look. So, sorry, I didn't get a clarification. Who was it? Michael. Dark view. Oh, you like dark view. Yeah, I like light view. And I knew you were going to ask me this. So, and actually, it was like, I was just like, I know I'm going to have to go to 1.73. I will make it so that in the settings, like in 1.73, again, cosmetically, there'll be a checkbox that says, I want dark view. And if you click that, what will happen? Actually, this is what will happen. What will happen is if I click that, then every black candle will be white, right? It'll just like, so, in the dark view, the black candles are white. The greens will stay green, but the black triangle will turn white. That's what it is. We'll turn black. We'll turn everything that's black in the black and white into white, and that will make it much easier for the dark view to work, right? What do you guys think about that? You like that? Now, this is not a trade I like. I just want to show you. Oh, I'm not even looking at my other. Sorry, guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck me. I'm talking, guys, and that happens. I'm going to miss a lot. I miss probably 10 trades in the hour that we trade. Just go show you how many trade possibilities there are, because I'm looking at different things, and I'm not, I'm talking to you guys, and I'm trying to explain stuff. I'm looking at gold because this was, NASDAQ was just too beautiful, couple $100. This was a $200 trade right then and there that we could have taken. So, all right, fine. We'll do the hang. But yeah, you like that, KP? You like the idea that in the dark mode we turn everything white, in the white mode we turn everything black, and it'll be like ebony and ivory. Was it McCartney and Michael Jackson who sang that? Yes, that's what we'll do. All right, green, third green. I don't love taking the third green, but I'll take it. All right, let me make sure I'm in the right account. I don't want to be in the gold account for this. I want to be in the right account. Okay, so I'm in the right account. See, I switched around. I have 17 seconds still to set myself up, which is more than enough time, right? Green goes away, black stays, and green stays. I'm going to wait for the candle to close. All right, fine. I committed to this candle. I'm going to get underneath this candle over here. Let's see if it works. It's third candle. I don't know how much it's going to extend, but I'm going to trust my setup. It's struggling over here, and may not work, but it's fine. It was worth a shot. I didn't love this, but and frankly, the reason I'm entering it, this is a good point to understand. I'm not entering this because I love the setup. because it's already a third setup in the structure. I'm entering it because I missed these two other ones, and I want to show you the setup. So that's not a good reason to trade. So at least I'm being honest with you guys about why I'm in this thing, and I'm probably going to pay the price for it not being the best idea. Just a sort of a clean, clear FOMO thing. But regardless of my own personal motivations on this particular trigger, even if I am not, although look at that, I'm getting a nice green move. Maybe we're getting a nice move. Come on, baby. Come on. Give me a little love. Come on. All right, you know what? I'm getting out of this. It's not giving me a lot of continuity. I don't care if this goes $150 my way. It's not giving. You have to know yourself and what kind of trading you like to do. Right? Very, very, very important. You have to know your setup. You absolutely have to be committed to your risk parameters. But most importantly, you got to know yourself. And there are guys in my room right now who are holding this setup who are going to make, if this thing works, they're going to make $300 on this trade really nicely, maybe even more. They might make, if this thing runs, they're going to make 5,000 because they will trade for the long. They trade the long game. But they will also, when it goes against them, they're right now, like if it clips out, they're out a couple $100, right? I am the guy the other way around. I will I'll take 25 if it's not going my way, because I don't want to be taking the 200 if I don't have to, or 300 if I don't have to. There's always a trade-off. I will never get the full profit because of my personality, but I will also never take massive losses because I'm always going to be clipping myself out pretty much at the low of the candle. So that's all that. Yeah, Powell speaking. You're right. 10 o'clock. There was another thing. Powell is speaking, so you're going to get lots and lots of vol over here. Let's see what the what Twitter is saying. Let's see if Zero Hedge has any headlines for us, or Bloomberg. Treasury Besant to visit Kiev as Trump seeks minerals. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Okay. So I just want to know, by the end of the Trump presidency, we're going to have Greenland, Gaza, and Ukraine. Oh, and Canada. We'll be a true empire. That'll be fun. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I don't think he's going to keep it pretty close to the chest. Will Powell hinted at the extended hold? That's actually an interesting thing. So markets are sort of flipping around. I don't see any. Let me see if I go to Powell. Can maintain policy restraint for longer if economy remains strong and inflation does not move toward 2%. We do not need to be in a hurry to adjust policy. Blah blah blah. So yeah, it looks like it's he's going to be holding. Looks like he's holding. The market doesn't seem to really care. NASDAQ is, after a dump, is coming back up, which is pretty bullish. Interesting. All right, no more headlines from anybody. By the way, sort of a short there is so GFAS, there is an alert on black triangles, right? So if you want to go on, like the if you go in here into the alerts, add alert, the very basic. The black triangles is the basics, like the basic bitch of signals. The basic alert is just black triangles. This is it. The strong one, that's the green triangles, red triangles. The strong and super trend, that's the double ones. And then the reversals, and then, and the super trend alerts. So it's already in there. It's all built in, and it's all pretty easy to understand because of the way, I hopefully visually set that up. Okay. What news service was that? That's a great question. So I was just going to talk to you about like, what is it, where do I think is the cheapest, easiest news headlines that you want to do? You know what? I'm actually going to put those. I'm gonna put those into chat as this is my recommendation. And actually, maybe what I do is I'll create a full list. This is like where if I wanted to just get quick headlines from the world. Ironically enough, Zero Hedge, and I know they're absolutely crazy, fucking Russia asset KGB ex-Bulgarian bullshitters, but they're very, very good at just giving you the headlines. So Zero Hedge would be one. Then it would be Delta One, which is Walter Bloomberg. These are all Delta One. I can't spell. That's Walter Bloomberg. Then the next one I would do is Forex Live. They're excellent for just the basic macro, and also obviously FX. And what else would I do as a full? This is what I would do is these would be like pure columns, just column streams, and maybe Live Squawk. I guess Live Squawk would be fine, and that would be enough. And honestly, if you have those, you're pretty good as far as maybe Financial Juice. Sorry, financial. Let me put this Financial Juice. You have 4 of those columns in your tweet deck. You pretty much have a very decent news roundup as to what's going on. Right. Let's look what the markets are doing. Oh, look at gold, by the way. Gold totally reversed, right? We gave up this is remember when we shorted the green reversal, and then look at I said I don't want to be long this black. I should have said I want to be short this thing if it breaks, because this would have been my entry. My stop would have been over here. So I'm a short 22s, stop around 20. So it's a big stop. It's a $5 stop, but it went down like $5. So it was at least 1-to-1. But if you did 1.5-to-1, you easily made $2. $2 is $200 in 2 minutes. Super easy trade in gold with very intelligent directional moves, right? So hopefully you guys like that. I think first of all, this is negative gold. Let's understand why. Because Powell is saying I'm not going to lower rates, right? Gold loves low rates. So that's not, positive on gold. On the other hand, there's so much other extraneous factors that are driving gold. Are you guys familiar? Do you want me to kind of give you the 411 on what's going on in the gold market and why gold, aside from macro factors, what's happening there in terms of what's driving gold, physical gold higher? Is everybody familiar what's going on? So if you're not, gold really, the actual metal, the physical gold, pretty much exists only in like 2 big places. I mean, it exists everywhere, but the really big levels of gold, which it's really kind of retarded, it's very, very funny, is the warehouses in London, right? Deep underground, and the super deep bunker at the New York Fed. And they literally have like these massive bars of gold. And like each country has like a little sign on it. It says, oh, you own this gold. And if one country sells some gold to the other country, they literally move them around like little pieces on a peg, right? So there's been just a massive demand for actual physical delivery of gold. And that's what's driving, remember, gold is traded on a paper basis, right? It's all just representing the share of gold. Nobody ever actually tries to collect the fucking thing. Now they're trying to collect it. And that's creating just a horrible short squeeze, both in London, and now it's starting to have a short squeeze on COMEX, right? In delivery of those markets. So those both things are really having a imbalance on the gold side, and people are scrambling to cover their shorts, scrambling to try to get delivery, and all of that is what's also driving gold. So I mean, that's sort of a long-winded way of saying gold is a buy to dip story, and has been, and it's really been a. Yesterday, I was talking to a guy who's been trading for like 40 years, really, really good trader. And he was saying, yeah, gold is super simple. Just buy the dip. That's all. That's the only strategy you need. And it's been very successful. Now, having said this, today's testimony, I think it weighs a little bit. I mean, we'll have to see. What's today? Today's Tuesday, right? Turnaround Tuesday. We had a positive Monday. I kind of think, we get negative. As a matter of fact, we can put my thesis into play, because if we break the low of this black triangle, right, and on a closing basis, so it's got to close below the low, we'll take a short on this thing. Let me see which. I just want to make sure I'm on the right account. Yeah, I'm on the right account. Okay. We'll take a short on this thing if we break the lows, but only if we break the lows. That's the real trick. That's the tweak that I discovered. And guys, I'm sorry if I sound like, if I look like Marlon Brando out of The Godfather today, but my wisdom teeth are just freaking killing me for the last day and a half. It happens occasionally. I never had my wisdom teeth pulled out, so sometimes they just start to hurt like a motherfucker. Really, really hurt, and you just have to bear it out a couple of days. This looks like a pretty good trend up. Okay, let's see if this holds. It's not a green triangle, but it's pretty positive trade structure. It's a higher high. So if it kind of holds, maybe we'll play this. Let's see. All right, I'm long this thing. Let's see if it extends a little bit further in our direction. Oh, nice. I was just sniffing there. Come on, baby. All right. Fuck it. Sorry, I wanted the 75 because I knew it was going to be wobbly. I really don't want to be eating the $200 loss if this thing comes back out. So, because again, I don't love this. I didn't love this setup. I like the setup. I didn't love it. So if it didn't show me instant love right back, I'm not. I'm gone. You got to be. I'm a very, very finicky lover. You got to show me reciprocity, or I'm gone. So I took this one out. It was just basically a scratch trade. It probably, for those of you guys who are a little bit patient, may work its way out. But I don't love this. I still think that the bias is negative. I never let my own bias govern how I trade, because if the price action is not confirming my bias, clearly people are seeing something different than what he's talking about, or they're taking away a different note. So I always respect the price action, but it's got to respect me back. It's got to. If I commit to you, you got to commit to me, and it wasn't committing to me. It wasn't holding up. So I was like, screw it, goodbye. Silver disappearing out of London as well. Yeah, exactly. And then gold is likely to place an inverse hammer with a new nice divergence on the daily. It'll be a sure sell for the rest of the week. Okay. Fitless. Let's come back on Thursday, Friday, see what you think. Let's see where you're at. You may be right. I mean, it may have been just a short-term short squeeze. But I was talking about this with the guy who's the trader who used to be on the live, and he was saying that he thought that there's just so much desire for 3,000 that what was going to happen is they're going to run the 3,000 and then they're going to just flush it like a stone down. Oh, this guy this was a really, really interesting point. I never thought about this. And if you're a long-term trader, this is a really, really good giveaway. And this is true, by the way, for NASDAQ as well. So, we're all see how this trade eventually works for those of you who have more patience than a gnat. That would have been like about $150, $150 trade right then and there. But I did not make it. I'm actually curious. Sweetwater, anybody in my room anybody holding that trade? Are you guys still in it? Are you guys P&Ling it? Come on. Tell me how nice V shape in gold. Yeah, there's a nice V shape in gold. Yeah. Nobody trading the NQ? Anybody still holding that trade and P&Ling it? No? Nope. Okay. No, I was just wondering if you guys, if anybody joined me in this trade, and then when I bailed out over here, you actually stayed with it and got out a little bit higher. George is holding on. Good for you, George. Good for you. Make that money, baby. Make that money. All right. So this was a really cool observation. So when you have a big breakout, or you have a big trend, and then there's really only two things that happen after a big trend. You have a V-shaped, like a upside down V, and just complete collapses, right? That's super rare. Few instruments just go straight up and then straight down like a stone, right? Most often what happens is you go straight up and you consolidate. You create a range, right? You create a range. And what he was saying, which is fascinating, is when you're creating that range, right, in consolidation, the easiest, single best risk-reward strategy is to buy. This is assuming you're an uptrend, right? We're doing an uptrend with the consolidation. You buy the bottom of the range. That the natural impetus that preceded all of that price formation, it's going to give you at least a couple of tests of the bottom before it kind of, if it collapses, it collapses, because people are just naturally still, psychically thinking long. So they're going to start buying those dips and buying that range, buying the low of that range. Your risk reward becomes like 1, 2, 3, because you just put your stop maybe just a little bit underneath the range. And then even if it goes halfway towards the range target, because your stops are so small, you're like a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. I thought that was a really interesting technique for those of you guys who trade daily charts or longer term charts, of capitalizing on the preceding trend. You're basically capitalizing on it, but at incredibly lucrative price entries. Where your risks are very, very small. So I thought it was an interesting idea, right? I hadn't realized it, but it's really true. If you think about this, in any type of instrument that's had a long trend, the consolidation phase has multiple tests to the bottom, and those tests to the bottom tend to be really great R&R entries, especially if it's early. You guys agree? I'm just watching charts here for a sec. Of course, being a stubborn Russian, I refuse to take ibuprofen. So I'm just, living with a pain here. Oh, GFAST, that's really good. GFAST says that he's using BK Scalper with the RSI stock crossover, which is fine. It's basically any of these RSI stochastics. Those are rate of change indicators. You could probably use a MACD. I'm actually curious. Go try it on a MACD and get a MACD confirmation. So the idea is, you get a signal, and the rate of change indicator, whatever rate of change indicator you're using, confirms. It kind of gives you confirmatory rate of change information. And now I'm sure probably gives you, he says, weeds out a lot of trades, which is great. If you're sort of a very selective trade taker, that's great. As you can see, I'm not selective. I like to do lots and lots of trades. Boom, 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 boom. Win, lose, or draw. And then by the end of the day, hopefully I'm way net positive, which is where I want to be. Because I'll take small And by small, I mean, $100 win every minute or, per minute is small, but it really does add up a lot, very, very quickly. Which is which is the great thing about trading prop, great thing about trading futures. And then, NASDAQ, $200 can happen in 20 seconds. It's very, very, and even in gold, a dollar move in gold which is $100 on a contract is 60 seconds worth of work. It doesn't sound much by itself, but you do that 10 times and boom, you're up 1,000. You did it 20 times. If you're really good, you're up 2,000. And if you're trading two contracts, it starts to really become real money. All of that is totally, totally available with Apex. So make sure you guys get the Apex accounts, because that's really the best way to run my strategy. Just put the QR code over there for you guys. Okay. We kind of slowed down. I guess everybody's digesting. He's going to drone on for 2 hours with idiotic. Today's Senator today House. Who is he talking to? Oh, you want to see something cool? All right, let me show you something very cool. I think I can still do this in DeepSeek. Let's see if DeepSeek is actually working today. Who is Powell testifying in front of? This is, by the way, worst English ever. Putting my proposition today. You'll actually know. I think you will know. Searching the web, it's going to go find it and tell me exactly if it's the House or the Senate and what he's doing. Come on, baby. Yeah, so Banking Committee today. See how good it is? And Financial Services Committee. Look how beautiful this is. It's really, I got to tell you, man, you can hate on the Chinese all you want, as I do, but when it comes to chatting, DeepSeek is, when it works, because the problem is everybody and their mother is on this fucking AI. It's the best at intuition. It really, really understands you so much better than ChatGPT has gotten a lot better. Don't get me wrong; it's a good substitute, but it's just DeepSeek is really, really good. Anybody use DeepSeek? Raise your hand in chat. Let me know if you guys have ever used any of it. Yeah, Kids says, yeah, it's really, really good for problem solving as well. The ChatGPT like 4.0 and 3.0 are all really good too. But just DeepSeek is just it's the most human of all the AIs. It's really, really elegant. Nah, dude, it's not. I'm gonna prove to you it's not. It can't be. Okay, KP, let's do this. Come on. We got no setup, so might as well have fun with the AIs. All right, come on, man. Let's do this. Don't be ragging on my Chat GPT. Who is the PM of UK? Come on, I'm doing the search. If you got to do search, you can't you got to use the search. See, Keir Starmer. All right. This is what I love. Is here. Let's see what it tells me. Starmer. Is STAR Starmer popular? I know I'm trolling it, but come on. Let's just. No. 61% of Britons were dissatisfied with his performance. Net favorability ranked to -41. Now there's a winner. Comparatively, in January, because Starmer's net favorability stood -38. I, by the way, love her. I love her. Kemi Baden, whatever her last name, Badenoch. She is just such an elegant, articulate lady. I love her. but that's funny. Why not ask the same question I asked in DeepSeek? Oh, because like probably DeepSeek is gonna. This is actually interesting. Oh, let's see, because I'm sure it's probably gonna. It's going to. This is the problem with Chinese. It's gonna censor you. Is Keir Starmer popular PM in UK? It'll probably actually because this is not Chinese and sorry guys, I missed a signal because I'm futzing around with this, but it's fine. We got plenty of them going. Let's just see what DeepSeek says. That's really interesting. Nope. See, it's pretty accurate because they only censor Chinese stuff, you know. But you see, by the way, look at this. It's look, just sort of like the difference. It's super, super clear and elegant. It's like the best assistant you've ever had, right? It did not. This is ChatGPT. It did not say. See, this is ChatGPT. You just probably used the wrong ChatGPT. You have to use the web search one. But it did say Keir Starmer. Here you go. You're probably using the one that doesn't go out. If it doesn't go out to the web, it doesn't. It only has old information. But look at this. So this is ChatGPT, how it created the information, right? It's okay. It's good. It gave me a good summary. But look how much better DeepSeek is. Just bullet points. It's like that perfect straight A kiss-ass student, you know, that does everything perfectly. You know, really, like just it's a really good AI. I mean, you know, I gotta give props where props due. I'm sorry, guys, I missed this one trade here. It's a pretty good trade here, 805 to 17. That would have been a $200 trade. But you know, we're having fun with the AI. And the beauty of Scalper is there's always a trade 5 minutes away, right? So don't fret. We had a very good day today. I mean, I only had like sort of like one negative trade, which we then recycled because I reversed myself. I didn't have to increase my size at all today. Just all singles, and still, you know, the P&Ls are all good. They're all positives. So you know, and the day is just kind of started. We'll see how far I can take it. Cool Bean says, for the normies, it is a good AI. Well, I'm as normie as it comes, you know. I am very much a normie these days. All right, guys. I want to thank you. Hope you guys had fun. I really like the fact you guys like the new UI. We're going to make the dark mode. I know everybody wants the dark mode. We'll make the dark mode version, which will be very cool. And what else? And then, you know, tomorrow, CPI. I'm going to do CPI with you guys 8:30. So I'll email it out to everybody. The link hasn't been put up yet, but I'll put up the link. We're going to do 8:30 CPI. We'll see it. We'll see, you know, if there is a earthquake of a release. Hopefully there isn't one, but there'll be a lot of fun. And then we'll just trade all the way through the open, and that'll be a lot of fun because we'll get lots of volatility even between the open. And then we can use, by the way, our counter trend structures, which will probably set themselves up beautifully in a CPI environment. So everybody enjoy. Hope you guys had a good time. Hey, where's that Georgie? Did you bank? Come on, tell me how much money you banked on that trade that I bailed out of for 25. Did you make like 200? Where is it? I know he was holding it. Where are you? I got to go back to the comments. George, talk to me. Did you bank that money? Because you were long here. I gave it up here. So he was like basically long at 800. The thing is at 818. That's a 40-point move. The new trade in gold. No, I don't see any trades in gold right now. I don't see any signals yet. In the past, the prop was 399 every 3 months or a full year. No, it's 399 every 3 months because it includes all of the BK services, including like, you know, the daily BK services and everything else inside of it. So it's kind of like, it's basically like a super discounted monthly BK service. Yeah. I don't have any signals in gold yet, Miguel. I do see one coming up right now. Like if you look at gold right now, there's one just barely pop, but it's disappearing. It's it's very, very weak. It's disappearing. We have a negative slope in gold. It's not a trade I'd really want to be a buyer here. So we'll see. Okay, guys, I leave you to your own devices until tomorrow. Everybody enjoy, and everybody have a good time. And I will touch base with you. I will see you tomorrow for the CPI, and we'll have a great time on the event. Thanks again for everything. Everybody enjoy. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.